Hey, welcome to the Box of Delights game channel. We're playing Arkham Horror. At the end of this turn we saw a monster surge which hit the outskirts and caused the terror track to rise, which meant Amy Pierce, one of our random allies, left town. What this means is we need to place one of these servants of Glarkey on a random gate location. First thing we do is draw a Mythos card and find the gate, and it says Independence Square, which is up here where the Plateau of the Lang gate is open. So what we're going to need to do now is place one of these servants of Glarkey. From the front they all look the same, but on the back they all have different text. And it says, when Servant of Glarkey enters play, all investigators must discard one common item if able. First thing is, Servant of Glarkey is going to come into play at Independence Square, but we've already hit the monster limit, haven't we? So he's going to go to the outskirts, because Independence Square is in Arkham, but that's still in play. So our investigators do have to each lose one common item. For Pete, that's pretty straightforward. He only has the knife. That's quite a loss. And Jacqueline has the lantern and the research materials, so I think I'm going to take the lantern away. So we'll discard both of these. Actually, I'm going to, because of Ashcan Pete's special ability, I'm going to just place the discards over here. If all 5 Servants of Glarkey come out on the board, then Glarkey will immediately awaken. Now I think we're ready for the next turn, and Jackie will begin. So for Jackie's upkeep, given that we're going to come out and try and close a gate, I'm going to put her law up to 5, and I'm going to keep things where they are otherwise. Okay, and now we need to roll a dice for Jackie's blessing. Remember, we're looking for anything but a 1. Alright, we're good, it's a 4. Now for Pete, he's not looking so good on fight anymore. But what have I got? I've got a whole bunch of clues, but not much in the way of speed. Pete's down here at the woods, and okay, he could stay there. There's a chance that he could do something effective there, but we do have a ton of clues. We've got a static monster that doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere in the French Hill streets, this dark young. The other thing is, I'm not too fussed about whether I succeed or not. What I really want to do is show you as much of this game as I can and how it plays, so I'm quite happy to take a few risks to give you the full experience of the game. So I might head up and face off this monster. So with that in mind, I think I will move my fight up to 5. Okay. Movement now, and Jacqueline's going to move from this other world, Lost Corcosa, and she has a choice of 2 gates to come back through. We have Lost Corcosa at the Black Cave and Lost Corcosa at the Witch House. I quite fancy the Black Cave. Again, I want to show you as much as I can of the game, and I think this is the best way of doing so. Now, normally when you end your movement on the same location as a monster, you have to fight. But not in this case. When you return back through a gate, you don't have to fight this monster until the next movement turn. But I will put an explored token on Jacqueline. And Pete here, well, I've got speed of 3. So we're going to head 1, 2, 3. And we're going to take on this dark young. I could try and evade it, but he's pretty observant, this guy, so we're going to start a fight. He's going to be tough, but let's see how we do. First thing you'll notice is he's got physical resistance, so any physical weapons would be reduced by half in terms of effect. We don't have any weapons anyway as it goes. And he's also nightmarish, and that means even if we succeed at the horror check, we're still going to take 1 sanity damage. Let's do our horror check first, and we have a will of 2. So that's 2 dice. And the Dark Young has a horror rating of 0, so that's no modifiers there. So we're going to take 2 dice. We're looking for 1 success. And we failed. We have a 1 and a 2. And with a horror damage of 3, we're going to take 3 sanity loss. So Pete goes down from 5 sanity to only 2. We lose 3. Now let's do our combat check. And we have a fight of 5. So that's 5 dice to start us off. We lost our weapons, so just 5 dice. And the unfortunate thing is that the Dark Young has a combat rating of -1, so that takes it down to 4 dice. And with those 4 dice, we need to get 3 successes. So my odds aren't that good, are they? So 4 dice, and we need 3 successes. Wow. We have 2 successes. Now this is where Pete's 7 clues might start to become useful. I might spend 1 in 3 chance. If I spend 2 in 3 chances, not bad. Do you reckon? Okay, let's do it. Let's take these 2 successes and we'll keep those. Remember, we need 3 hits to kill this guy, so we need 3 successes. Let's reroll 1 of these. And spent our clue. Alright, we got a 5, that's 3 hits. Pete, with his stock of clues, manages to take this guy down. Great job. And it only cost us 1 clue. So that's a monster trophy. And we have room for 1 more monster in Arkham. Encounters now, and well, Pete's in the French Hill Street, so he's not going to have an encounter. Whereas Jackie here, she can attempt to close this gate, but it's a tough one. It's got a -2 modifier, but she does have a law of 5, so that's 3 dice. And remember too that because of her blessing, 4s will also count as successes. So 3 dice and 50-50 chance on each die. Oh, just, we got 1. So Jacqueline gets to close this gate and take this as a gate trophy. And if we spend the 5 clues, which we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can seal the Black Cave. Remember too, we need to look for all monsters with the symbol on the gate, which is circle, and they will get discarded, and as it goes, it's just 1. And it's our Bayaki here in the sky. He goes back in the monster cup. And we got room for 1 more monster in Arkham. And now it's the Mythos phase. Family found butchered. And this one says we get a gate open at the graveyard. Well, there's already one here. So we get a monster surge. Now this time, this monster surge is going to be a little bit more interesting. We've got 4 gates open, so we're going to add 4 monsters potentially. We've got 1 here, 2, 3, 4. We've only got room in Arkham for 2. Last time we had a monster surge, the monster limit had already been reached, so I was happy that we couldn't place any more monsters down, because you have to place at least one monster in the gate where the surge is happening, which meant we couldn't place any up in Dunwich, even though they don't contribute towards the monster limit. Right? Makes sense? This time that's not the case, so let's just take it a step at a time. We need to place 4 monsters. Let's grab our first one, and this is going to go at the graveyard. And it's Amigo. So I've got room for 1 more, which means if I place 1 more in Arkham, that'll be my second. My third can go to Dunwich, but then the 4th will have to go to the outskirts, because I can't place the 4th one in Dunwich, because that will mean I'm placing more monsters at the gate there than I did at the gate where the monster spawn was happening. Right, that makes sense. Okay, sorry about that, it was just a little bit of a complicated situation. Right, the choice now is, where do I want to place this monster? I can place it here at the Witch House, or up here in Independence Square. I'm going to go for the Witch House, I think. And the monster is a Night Gaunt. Take this one, that's my monster limit reached. I've got 2 more monsters to play. So as I said, I can't play any more in Arkham because the monster limit's reached. So Independence Square is out of the question, but I can place 1 here at the Wizard's Hill. And it is Bayaki. There we go. And a 4th, remember it was 4 because we had 4 gates open, is going to go to the outskirts. And it's another Night Gaunt. Okay, that's 3 in the outskirts now. A clue appears at the unvisited isle. Well, that's okay. That's where we've already closed the gate. Monster movement now. We got moons white, pluses black. There's nothing up in Dunwich. We got slash, triangle, circle, diamond. Okay, nothing moves. And finally we get to read the headline. The terror level increases by 1 in light of this tragic news. Ouch. It's a shame Jacqueline couldn't use her precognition because she didn't have any clues left. Terror track's going up to 2, and that means we're going to lose an ally. And it is Karina Jones. And having lost an ally, we're also going to now need to place a new Servant of Glacky. Let's find out where. It says Independence Square. And we're going to get when Servant of Glacky enters play, all investigators must discard 1 skill if able. Ouch. Well, at least Independence Square is in Arkham, so that one's going to the outskirts, given that we're already at our monster limit. But Pete's going to lose his library use, and Jacqueline's going to lose her fisticuffs. Man, this Glacky is tough. Well, that's our headline played, so this one gets discarded now. And I think that's turn over, so first player token moves to Ashcan Pete. Join me next time and let's see if we can't get another gate sealed.